So bottom line, I think, obviously it's a different world. It's not the Cold War world where Europe and the US were so close, but it's a world in which Europe remains critical to the US in general and to Obama specifically. And for me, what symbolizes this is a couple of months back in May, the back-to-back G8 and NATO summit. I mean, it was the transatlantic world reaffirmed, right? It was all about the Camp David summit and the summit, the NATO summit in Chicago. And who remembers about the G20 in Los Cabos the next month? Very few people, simply because that G20 world has not really kicked in, I would say, and the role of the G8 has been reaffirmed, including by Michael Froman here. And so let me just give you, and then I'll leave the floor to Andy and the others, a quick overview of why I think Europe will remain really relevant to Obama personally, because Europe matters where he has some stakes. I think that on the Middle East, Europe is pretty much a condition of the US pivot to Asia, right? What I mean by that is if Obama's grand idea is really the pivot to Asia Pacific, then it's a pivot away, not from Europe, but a pivot away from the Middle East, right? And how can you still take care of the Middle East without investing too much, but without abandoning it? Well, by having your allies step up there, whether in terms of aid or of security. Obama's grand idea, global zero, non-proliferation, that will also be a critical thing, I think, in the second mandate. That is to say, the objective of negotiating a second agreement with Russia and having, of course, Europeans along, if only on the thorny question of missile defense, in order to make good on his commitment.